In this lecture, we will add another job to our workflow for code coverage, and we will upload the artifact generated during the code coverage job. So let's go here to VS Code. So until now, we have only one job, which is the unit tested job. So I will duplicate the unit tested job, and then I will make the necessary changes to adapt it to the code coverage job. So first of all, I will change the name of the job to code coverage. I will set the name property to code coverage. I will keep the run zone property set to Ubuntu latest. We will keep these 3 steps because we need first of all to check out the repository to the system where the job will be executed. Then we have to set up Node.js, and then we have to install the dependencies needed for the application. But here, instead of running npm run test, we will execute the command npm run coverage. So I will change the name of this step to code coverage. When executing this command, the npm run coverage command, a coverage folder will be created containing the coverage reports. So we want to upload this folder as an artifact. So here in the last step, I will change the name of the step to upload the coverage report. We'll use the same action for uploading the artifact. And here we have to give a name to the artifact. For example, I will call it coverage report. And for the path keyword, it has to be set to the path to the file or the directory that we want to upload. So here we want to upload the coverage report, which will be at the root of the repository. So here we will specify only the name of the folder, which is coverage, because the coverage reports will be in this folder, in the coverage folder. Okay. So that's all what we have to do for the code coverage job. Just here for the name for the artifact uploaded in the unit test job, I will change it to unit test report. So now let's commit the changes and see the execution of the workflow. For the commit message, it can be, for example, add a code coverage job. So let's commit the changes and see the execution of the workflow. So the changes was successfully pushed. Let's go now to GitHub and let's refresh the Actions tab. So now a new workflow was triggered, and it is triggered after this commit. So let's see the execution of the workflow. So now we see that we have 2 jobs, and the 2 jobs was completed successfully. That's why here the workflow was succeeded. Okay. So let's see the execution of the code coverage job. So here, as usual, it starts first of all by setting up the job and downloading the actions that will be used during the execution of the job. Then it moves to checking out the repository, then setting up Node.js and installing the dependencies, and then it moves to the code coverage step. So here it executes the npm run coverage command to check for the code coverage using the V8 tool. So here the coverage percentage is 100%, and that's why the code coverage job was completed successfully. So if we go back here to VS Code, let's go here to vtest.config.ts. So here we set the coverage threshold to 80. So whenever the coverage percentage exceeds 80, the code coverage job will be marked as succeeded, otherwise it will fail. So if the coverage percentage that we have here is less than 80, the code coverage job will fail. But in our case here, the coverage percentage is 100%, so it is greater than 80. That's why the job was completed successfully. And after executing the code coverage step, it uploads the coverage report using the upload artifact action. So if we go back to the summary of the workflow, if we scroll down, so here we see that we have two artifacts, okay? The unit test report artifact is generated by the unit test job, and the coverage report is generated during the execution of the code coverage job. So we said that the code coverage job was completed successfully because the coverage percentage exceeds the value specified in the vtest.config.ts, which is 80. So now we will go here to the app.test.tsx and we will disable these tests. And now we will commit the changes and we will notice that the coverage percentage will be less than 80, so the code coverage job should fail. So let's commit the changes and see the execution of the workflow. So for the commit message, it can be, for example, disable test in app.test.tsx. So let's now commit the changes and see what will happen for the code coverage job. So now the changes was committed successfully. Let's go to GitHub and refresh here the Actions tab. So now a new workflow was triggered. For the unit test job, it was completed successfully, but the code coverage job, now it fails. So let's see why the code coverage job fails. So now the code coverage job fails because the code coverage step exits with exit code 1. And that's because the coverage percentage is now 66.66. So it is less than the value that we have specified in the vtest.config.ts, which is 80. So as we said earlier, for the code coverage job, whenever the code coverage percentage is greater than the threshold specified in the vtest.config.ts, the job will be completed successfully, otherwise the job will fail. So that's all for this lecture. Thank you very much and see you next time.